Good morning, everybody. Happy Thursday. The colorful caregiver has arrived to work again for another day. I'm about to go upstairs and get to the business for the day with my elderly gentleman that I care for during the week. And when I get home, I'm going to do another dollar store inspired craft as usual. All items are from the Dollar Tree. I will include a picture of all the items that are going to be used to put it together before doing the actual craft. I actually might film today and make sure that I am doing step by step to show you just kind of where it's headed instead of the time lapse recording to it, and give you guys just the full video, which shouldn't take me very long. I promise that I will try not to make it more than a half an hour. I hope everybody is enjoying their week. I hope everybody is having a healthy, happy week and everybody is safe. I am looking forward to getting away this weekend. We're gonna go away again up north and just enjoy some time up there. It is quite peaceful. It's quiet. We are in the middle of the White Mountains, and it is a blessing to have this as an outlet. We have a lot of things that are going on in the weekends to follow, so this will be our last weekend for a little bit to get away. And I want to make sure that I put out some videos before we head out on Saturday in case you don't see me again until the beginning of next week. So I hope everybody is enjoying the videos. If you are, please like, share, subscribe, pass it on, and I would appreciate that very much. I hope you all have a beautiful Thursday and do something for yourself, some downtime, some creativity, a walk, be creative in your thoughts and just have you time at some point every day so that you can detach, detox, and take a break. All right, I'll see you guys later. I love the folded ears look. Okay guys, here I am. It's 1:30 in the afternoon on Thursday. I am home now. I got home about 10-15 minutes ago, and now I am already in my pajama pants, my slipper socks, my pajama top, and I am done going out for the day. I do need to do a ton of stuff, but you know what? I've learned over the years, it can wait a day. When I need to just call it a day and call it quits, that's what I do now. For a very long time, I never did that. Ever, ever, ever. I'd say from the minute I found out I was pregnant with my son, it was inaction all the time. All of my daily routine was completely bogged down with every single bit of responsibility that I could jam into a day, making sure that everything was perfect at all times. I took on a lot of responsibility, a lot of stress. That is not including motherhood. My son has been a blessing since the day he entered this world, and he has been, fingers crossed, at 16 and a half years old, a piece of cake. He's the sweetest boy on the planet. He was the sweetest kid growing up, but motherhood definitely was my number one priority, taking care of my home, my family, and making sure everybody all around me was healthy, whole, and well. And for a long time, I did forget about myself, and I never carved out the time to take a minute for me, to take care of me. And for a long time, I had lost myself. I'd say maybe when Isaiah was 10 years old, I started to get my groove back. That was a few years after I had met Richie. And slowly but surely, I started to incorporate some things back into my life that I hadn't done in a really long time, for myself, for my own downtime. And now that is happening a lot more consistently in the last year or so, where I have definitely made myself a priority during the day. And even though I will be home now for the rest of the day, and I'm not going out, and I'm not going to continue to do all the things that really do need to get done, because they can be done tomorrow, and I'm going to put that aside. I'm going to do this craft right here. I'm going to take care of my home. As you can see, I have all white floors that absolutely give me anxiety most of the time because they're always needing to be swept and washed. And when we bought this house last year in the summertime, I had thought to myself, wow, the floors, I just love them so much. I do still love the light look to them. It definitely makes it feel really open and spacious with the light colors in here, but the floors need a lot of care. So between 3 floors of light flooring and the dishes, the cooking, the odds and ends that need to get done around the house, I need to do some yard work this afternoon. And that is going to be my afternoon of taking care of business around here. But I'm definitely going to make my time right now to put this together. It's something that I bought in the last couple of weekends. I've set it all out, and now I'm just going to make a nice craft out of it to hang on the door. This will be similar to what I made a couple of days ago with my mermaid hula girl on a canvas to hang as a decorative summer hang on the door or another space in your home that it might look cute. I happen to have her on my TV cabinet with my other summer decorations that I picked up from the Dollar Tree, and she looks quite cute there. All the colors, it just goes with my theme of things that I keep in my house, which is bright and exciting and just visually makes me happy. So this right here will be a flamingo inspired little craft. I did try to get the big flamingo to put on the canvas, but I ended up wanting it out in my yard more. So I put all the flamingos out front in my garden area. And then I just picked up this small flamingo that was also at the Dollar Tree. And I just think it's just so sweet. And I've got my hot glue gun going. It's warming up on the side of me right now. And then I'm going to take all the tags off of all of these things. Every single item was purchased at the Dollar Tree. I kind of just looked at the things that made me happy and looked pink and bright. And I grabbed them. And now I will put them on this canvas. And again, like I've told you from the beginning, I don't really ever have like a strict way that I do things. You know, I don't measure things, and I don't completely go into a mode where everything has to be perfect. I place it where I feel it's gonna look best, the way that I envision it to come out. And every time it just comes out the way I want it. And I'm telling you, these packages that I've been doing crafts with have gone a long way. I think that this is the 4th craft that I made that incorporated these butterflies. And I had gotten a package of blue ones and a package of the pink ones. And these are the last few of the pink that I'll just sprinkle around here when I'm done. And then that package of butterflies is finally gone. So these are just odds and ends from stems of flowers that I got at the Dollar Tree. I may or may not use those, but I put them near me just in case I wanted to incorporate them somewhere. This is one of the lays from the Dollar Tree that I cut and took apart so that I could glue a lay around my mermaid hula girl's neck on my other craft. I may or may not use those, but again, I put them near me just in case I want to grab them. This is actually, I think this was 9 cents from the Christmas clearance once it was like 90% off. I had a bunch of them, but I've pretty much used them up. Again, these are the gems that I found at the Dollar Tree a while ago, and I've used these, I've used those in like 5 or 6 different crafts over the last month. And there's still quite a few in that package. And then these flowers here on a stem I just grabbed because with this hat, I'm going to sprinkle some flowers around the rim of the hat. And somewhere on here, I'm going to attach it. I mean, you're just going to have to hang out with me and see how it comes out because I have no idea. I never have any idea, really and truly, how it's going to come out. I just kind of wing it and go with what it looks like. And then I grab these flip-flops here, which I think I want a pair to wear because they're just so cute. But tell me if I'm wrong. And I love the prints that they put on the flat part of the flip-flop. But then when you slip your foot in it, you can't see it anymore. I know you can see a little bit peeking out here and there, but the prints are just so cute. I wish that they could find a way to maybe put it along, even though it's such a small, thin space, but maybe to put like some print of whatever design they're going for on the sides, and then keep this part pretty basic because you can't see it anyways. I just think that they're so cute. So somehow, some way they're going to go on there. And all of these other things I had found near me at the Dollar Tree. And then this is the one that I found up north at the camp that we're going to. And it was about a half an hour away that the dollar store is to that area in Claremont, New Hampshire. And this canvas is actually quite big compared to the ones that I'm used to picking up. So, and I love this color. This is definitely one of my favorite colors that I like. I'm just a colorful girl. My dream when I was growing up, I don't know if anybody, has ever watched The Princess Diaries. I believe, it's a Disney movie. And I, for some reason, cannot remember her name right now, but maybe or maybe not, it will come to me. But it's an older movie. I think it was from the early 2000s, The Princess Diaries. And her and her mom lived in a firehouse. And the mother was an artist, and she liked to, do her creations inside of her home. And inside of their firehouse apartment home that they lived in was just artwork everywhere. Explosions of artwork and crafting areas, and her stuff was all over the place, and it was paint and canvases and sheets, that were speckled with paint that she was working on projects and stuff. And I always have been creative since I was a kid. And watching that movie, I always said, I want to live in a house with all of my creativity around me all of the time. I want to see it. I want to enjoy it. I want it to be out where I can really just be moved by it and encouraged to continue doing it. And that's what I've tried to create at every single place that I have lived, is a space where I can be creative and just have fun and not have to put it away or keep it away, and make sure that everything is in its place. And thankfully, Richie, he always feels happy when I'm being creative. He knows how it relaxes me. It makes me excited when I'm doing my arts and crafts and my scrapbooking and my photography and all the things that I really enjoy doing. He always looks at me in such a way that he's, just happy and inspired by me. And he always tells me, I love when you craft. I love when you're in your creative mode. You just look so happy and so content. So he's really supportive. He never gets aggravated with me. I do have a craft room. He never gets aggravated with me, with my stuff here and there. Because right now, I'm in the living room. I do have my own craft room, as I've told you before. But I tend to stay out here because it's lighter out in this area. And I can kind of spread out a little further because I tend to take up a lot of space. I like to have my things around me where I'm working with them. And I don't have to, just be crammed anywhere that is kind of confined. So I take the things from my craft room and I usually bring them out into the living room, I do have a desk and all that stuff, like a workstation in my craft room, but I don't really sit at a desk because I like to sit Indian style on the floor, the way I'm comfortable, with a little music in the background, and just go to town. Look I think that already looks just so cute. And that's just what I do. What do you guys do? Everybody share with me if you want, and tell me what it is that you like to relax to. What is it that you do in your downtime, when you have time for yourself, and when you're able to sit and just take a minute for yourself? Do you like to do crafts? Do you like to paint? Do you like to go out, walking in nature? Are you inspired by taking pictures? What is it that you enjoy doing in your free time? Is there anything that you think that maybe I could try? I would like to give something different a shot. I'm always open to new ideas of things that other people are doing that I may have never thought to do for myself or my downtime. I enjoy exercising. I enjoy walks more than any other type of exercise. I love when it's in a beautiful scenic area where I can be a part of nature and a part of the world, where I can see, the sun setting and the birds flying and all of the colors in the sky changing. I absolutely love, and I'm obsessed with catching sight of wildlife. Just a couple of months ago, I would say, I went to the beach just on a regular ride that I would normally go on. And I went up the coast, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, in broad daylight, which now thinking back on it, may not have been a good thing. Crossing the street was a coyote right in the middle of the day at the beach, coming right out of the sand dunes on the side of the road into the roadway, crossing the street. There was a farm on the other side of the street, and there was actually a bicyclist that was riding his bike through that area at the time that the coyote, just minding his own business, honestly, wasn't going after anything, wasn't disturbed by the gentleman on the bicycle. He was just going about his own business. And then all of a sudden, I may have put that glue in the wrong place. See, this is the stuff that happens that, oh well, that's okay. Anywho, so the bicyclist was just riding, and then he saw the coyote coming toward him, even though the coyote wasn't going after him. And then the bicyclist went full blown, like he was charging, trying to get away from it. And I was so in awe and so excited to see that coyote. I went bang to Yui, and I went and found him at the farm that he had crossed the street to. And he went over there to eat out of the apple orchard right off of the side of the road. And I just found it to be so mesmerizing and amazing. And I wasn't even that far from him. I was able to sit there and watch him, and I took the most beautiful pictures of him just in his own environment, in nature. He was sitting there just in the broad daylight. The sun was beating on him beautifully. It was absolutely just breathtaking to me. And I find beauty in scouting out those things. I'll just go for rides where I'm just looking intently for something to be there that I can witness, that if normally I'm just riding and not paying attention to the world, I would not see. And I go out for rides just to find those moments and those things that when you're in the hustle and bustle of the day, you're not really paying attention to what's happening around you. And so many people are missing what's happening in the world. Most of the time I get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, between 4:30 and 5. That's a normal time for me to get up, especially during the week. Most of the time, even on the weekends. And I leave the house. I get dressed, I leave the house. I'm out the door and I'm already headed toward an area where I know that I'm going to spot deer. I'm going to spot, the animals out in the rural areas, hunting for food and things like that. And I'll just sit on the side of the road and photograph it and completely be mesmerized by it for hours before I have to go to work or bring Isaiah to work in the morning when he's opening up the store, when he's on that shift. That's just what I find enjoyment with. That's what makes me filled up. I love the beauty of the world. It's absolutely breathtaking to me. In the morning, that early, when you're watching the sun come up and the sky is a million different colors and it's quiet and not a lot of people are out, I really do encourage everybody, especially if you're used to waking up later in the day, you're missing a part of the day that could give you the peace and strength and motivation to go about your day with a much better outlook than what we normally do when we're constantly just rushing about and not taking time for ourselves and our own peace of mind and sanity. It really gives you a new perspective, and it helps me look at the day much differently once I've incorporated that into my my life. As soon as I started doing that, I felt more positive, more focused as I was going forward with the rest of the things in the day, and I've made it a part of my routine. Isaiah is a teenager, so he tends to sleep pretty late in the afternoons if he's not working. And now, since not having to go to school other than at home, he wakes up pretty late in the day on his days off. And on those days where I really have no place to be too early in the morning, I'll spend a good 2 hours in the beginning of the day just chasing the beauty of nature. And I am grateful for that time to myself. Grab a coffee. When I don't make a drink at home, where do you guys like to go to get your drinks? I know everybody is a real big Dunkin' Donuts fan. Everybody in the world runs on Dunkin's, right? That's why their slogan is what it is. But I actually enjoy McDonald's coffees. I just like the taste of it. Once in a while, if I get a Dunkin' Donuts coffee, that's fine. But I don't really tend to enjoy them as much as McDonald's. And it's less expensive than Dunkin' Donuts. It's far less expensive than Starbucks. And grab a coffee. Hit the road, Jack. Hit the road. And just see where the wind blows you if you have the time to do it. Sunday driving was always a part of my life growing up. And I've made Sunday driving into a weekly event on a much more consistent basis than just on a Sunday. I'd say I probably make about an hour to an hour and a half a day about what I need to make me happy. I will completely check out. And everything has to stand still for about an hour and a half a day so that I can have a moment to take a deep breath and reflect. And I have started watching in the last couple of months a church online, and I have found so much peace and motivation in the service that I have started to watch. I don't know if anybody on here has heard of it. It's called Elevation Church, and I believe it's based down in North Carolina, and I would love nothing more than to be able to be there in person, because the way that listening to his service makes me feel just over the computer, to be there in person, I can't imagine how I would feel to feel that energy in person. And I am grateful that I stumbled upon that as a request, as a suggested watch on YouTube, because I listen to him multiple times a day now, and it is absolutely mesmerizing to me to listen to what his messages are filled with, and I'm grateful to have that outlet as well. So I'm just wondering what everybody else likes to do, how everybody else goes about their day. Do you take a time out for yourself? Do you take a moment with your friends or your family to leave your responsibilities to the side? It's okay, you know, if you do or if you don't, and you're just busy all the time and you haven't made a moment for yourself yet. Carve out some time, incorporate it when you can. And even if you can take 5-10 minutes for yourself, it's better than 0. And believe me when I tell you, I definitely had to learn that the hard way. I burnt myself out really early in my life. And once I met Richie and I started to find myself again and what made me tick and what made me feel happiness and excitement for myself personally again, I definitely have changed a lot of my ways. And even though I'm always busy and I could keep running all day long, I definitely have taken a step back to make sure that I'm okay. As we continue going on with each day. So that's it. How do you guys think this is coming out? I think that I am in love. I love all of the items that I picked out. And I don't know if anybody watched my Memorial Day wreath that I made the other day and posted a video of, but I know that if you're a crafter and you're used to going to Michael's, AC Moore, any of those craft-based stores to get your items and stuff, you know that a lot of people, they make their craft and then they have them on display for sale throughout the store here and there. And I know that y'all know that they can get expensive. And you know, they're so beautiful, they're so creative, and they're stunning to look at. And I love, excuse me, I have the hiccups. I love the crafts. I mean, they are beautiful. And a few of them throughout the hands of time I have wanted. I thought, wow, that's so pretty. How can I leave that here? I really want to take that home with me and have it. But then when I'm standing there and thinking about it, I'm thinking, okay, well, if I want it that bad, I can certainly go home and make it myself. And 9 times out of 10, I have done that, where I've gone home and recreated something in my own way that I have seen somewhere else. So, but they are expensive, and they should be. And you know, I don't take that away from anybody. If you make something and you go to sell it and you have put your heart and soul into it, your time, your effort, the material to make that product, you want to, you know, get a fair price for it, for the amount of work that you've put into it, as you should. But some of them can go. I've seen a wreath, you know, just recently in the last couple of months before the stores closed, that had a few things on it around, you know, a wreath form that I could have found at the dollar store, no problem. And it was going for like $60. So, you know, that may or may work for somebody to go and put that money into an item like that, 60, you know, 50, $60 for a wreath for their door or whatever that they might find that's already made. But sometimes that's just not what I can do. So if I go home and I've been inspired, I will stop by the dollar store and I will pick up as many items as I can that could possibly give me the look of what I have seen that I really liked. And then I will make it. And it never comes out exactly the way that I saw it, but I always end up loving it more than, you know, than the thing that inspired me when I saw it. Because it's mine and I created it and it was my vision, my idea. And it always comes out the way that my eye made it to be. So, what do you guys think? I'm still working on it. I know I'm at 30 minutes here. I hope everybody is still with me. I would love to know your thoughts, your ideas. If there's anything that, you know, you've been working on for projects around your house, in your downtime, in your personal time for yourself, what have you been creating? What have you been envisioning to make? And how's it coming out for you? Are you keeping yourself busy this quarantine with stuff that makes you happy and excited? That gives you a moment to relax? I am just in love with this. I am so glad. I've been waiting on making this for about a week now. And this is nothing that I thought it could come out like. And I can't wait to hang this on one of my doors. I have 3 doors in my downstairs. And I try to put my favorite things on my front door so that I can see it every time I come and go from the house. And sometimes I make so many things that I just love so much that I have to alternate. I have to alternate them every couple of days so I can enjoy them all. And this one is definitely going on the front door as soon as we have the wedding and the wedding is all said and done and over. I am going to take the sunflower inspired, wedding inspired door decor off of there, and I am going to put this flamingo fun time door hanger right on there, because this is making me so happy right now. Oh my dear. Oh my dear, how adorable. I'm so glad I got that small flamingo. That small flamingo really is cute. I was going to try to stick one of the big ones to it, but I'm glad I didn't, because I think that would have it would have overwhelmed it. So I'm glad I got the small little one. I think that their little items came out so cute this year. I got the hula girl too, the sloth hula girl. I actually got one for a gift from my little girl that I love to pieces, Angelique. And I got her one and I got me one, and it's over there on my TV stand. And she's just precious. And then they had a flamingo. I think that they had a shark too. I didn't get the shark. And then I think that they had one other thing like this. I think that they had a unicorn 4th of July little animal like this that I saw one time. I didn't get that either. But I think that they're so cute. I love when they start making different things that are kind of just unusual and funky. I think maybe that flamingo needs a flower like right about there. My gentleman that I take care of last year, he actually bought me the dog that was dressed up for the 4th of July as a gift, and I'll keep it forever. He bought it from me because he knew that I liked it from one of the times that I brought him to the store to get his odds and ends, and then he saw that I thought it was so adorable, and he snuck and bought it for me for a present. The people I take care of all these years that I've been doing this have definitely given me more than I have ever given them. They've brought a lot of joy into my life. They've taught me a lot. They've inspired me. They've kept me just humble. And, you know, to hear the old stories, it makes me sad, because someday when that generation is gone and those stories are gone with them, I hope people have paid attention enough while they've been talking when they were here to continue sharing their stories and their life history that they love so much to talk about with generations to come, because the population of elderly people now, once they're gone, that whole era is gone. And to think about that makes me really sad. I think I've already mentioned he's 86 years old. He'll be 87 in December. And he talks to me about life every day, how he raised his children, his years in the service, all that he did for job opportunities, and the dancing, the dance halls that they went to on Fridays and Saturday nights. And as soon as he knew that I could look up music on my phone, first of all, he couldn't believe that I had a device that could do something like that. And he was more than excited once I told him that we could look up whatever music he wants. And we have listened to songs for the last few years that he hasn't heard in 30, 40 years. And they make him happy and they make him dance. And he's about, you know, the most precious thing that you can imagine being around. He is the sweetest person. And I am so grateful that I've had these last 4 years with him. And prior to just taking care of him, I also took care of his wife until she passed last year. So now it's just him alone, and him and I are a team. And I don't know what I would do without him. So I think that we are nearing its end, and I am a big fibber because this is going to be a 40-minute video with the other clips that I included, and I apologize, but I hope that you hung out with me and you enjoyed watching me make this craft. I don't think I am going to put this on there, and I am not 100% sure I'm going to use this ribbon anywhere. I may or may not. I'm going to figure that out in a few minutes, but I kind of like the way that it is right now, and I don't want to keep messing with it or changing things. And so I will include a picture at the end of it hung up on the door. I hope you had fun listening to me yapping, and that I've inspired some of you to create something fun and festive and bright and colorful and happy, and enjoy your day looking at it and just feeling the peace of sitting and putting it together. And I will see you guys soon.